Hello, dear viewers, and welcome to another new edition of my home show. Today, we are going to talk about the Sacred Heart of Jesus Christ. You know, June, the month of June, is devoted to the Sacred Heart. So today, in our today's edition, I'm going to be with the sister Mary Regina Wangui Mungothi. She has a lot to talk about, to tell us about this Sacred Heart of Jesus Christ. So allow me to welcome Mary Regina Wangui Mungothi.
Yes.
So welcome.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for accepting our invitation.
You're welcome.
I know that these days you are too busy, but we thank God that you said, okay, despite my busy schedule, let me go to PACIS TV and share my insights.
Sure.
Thank you so much. Sister Mary is from the Benebikira Sisters. So I said that these days you are too busy. Are you busy with what?
We are busy in school. Yeah, with children. This time they are starting their exams. So we are somehow busy. Yeah.
Wonderful. Sister Regina, with this, she takes us into the, this was just an intro for our today's edition, and your host is Fereshti as usual. Sister, we want to start from your spiritual journey. How did it start? You are from the Benebikira Sisters, they are from here, Rwanda, and I'm not sure that that time you were here in Rwanda. But how did you decide to join the Benebikira Sisters, and how it started?
Okay. To begin with, I was brought up in a family, in a Christian family.
Not here in Rwanda.
Okay, I come from Kenya. That's where I was born. And I was born in a Christian family. I was brought up in faith. I had to go through catechesis, and I received all the sacraments. And that's the time I felt really I wish to give myself to God, although I did not know much about it. But then after my secondary school, that's the time I could see some place, I could see some religious people, and I could admire their life. And so after I inquired from different people, I came across different congregations until I was lucky to find Benebikira Sisters. Yes, where I went, I found them, they welcomed me, and I started the journey.
Oh, wow. If you do remember, when was that, the year, just the year?
That was back in 1990. No, 2008.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And 8.
Yes.
So the Benebikira Sisters were already in
They were
Kenya.
already there.
Ah.
Yes. So I was happy to find them. And also back at home, especially in the church, there was this devotion to the Sacred Heart. I used to admire how they pray, how they work. My family was dedicated to the
local
Sacred
church,
Heart.
or in general, or just
in general?
In general.
In general, yeah. It's a very strong movement of Sacred Heart. So I admired that I longed to be one of them. Maybe later we'll talk more about it.
More about that, yeah, because you know, now we bring something new. You talk about the community, the local church, how they were much attached to the Sacred Heart of Jesus Christ, and we're also talking about how you started your journey and finally found yourself being a part of the Benebikira Sisters.
Yes.
Okay, maybe we will come back to this. When I was preparing this show, I saw the name of someone called Saint Margaret. Can you tell us about her?
Okay, Saint Margaret Mary Alcock. She was a religious sister, of visitation sisters. And she's the one whom Jesus appeared to, and he started revealing himself to Saint Margaret. And most of the time she could show her sufferings. She could feel pain because of how people are behaving. And she could ask her to console her, to pray for him, to join him in his sufferings. And she really suffered that. And this devotion really started some years ago. That is back in 1673.
Oh.
That's the time he started appearing to her and giving her information.
Jesus appearing to Margaret.
To Margaret. And many times she could have these apparitions. She could also suffer with him. She could feel pain when she see his heart bleeding. And with this, they continued until now it is spread. Then back in 1856, there was this Pope Pius IX. He's the one who now proclaimed this day and call it the Solemnity of the Sacred Heart. That is how it started. And I remember there is this priest who went and he was very sick, and he believed that the Sacred Heart, through his power, he was healed. And so he said, I wish to promote this devotion because he has done great things for me. And he went to Bishop and they asked, can I begin this devotion in the church? And explain to the bishop what the Divine Mass has done, the Sacred Heart has done to him. So the bishop told him, I'm not only allowing you to start it, but I command you to spread it all over the church. And there it started. Yeah, until today, many people have come to know and to commit themselves to the Sacred Heart. Yeah.
Let's go back a little bit to where you started talking about these apparitions. What exactly Jesus told Saint Margaret? What the message did Jesus give her?
The message is, I thirst for souls. Because he could see his heart was bleeding, but it was bleeding because of how the world was behaving. They had turned against God. They are behaving like people who do not know God. So Jesus could suffer. And he said that is the only reason why he came into this world, so that he may save these souls back to him. And that is the invitation that he invites each one of us, that we join him to bring souls back to him. Yeah.
Another question, but this one is personal, and you are allowed to say yes or not, or you may just opt for not responding to my question.
Yeah.
Then you said that Saint Margaret was from the Visitation Sisters.
Yeah.
Why Sister Mary didn't choose to go for Visitation Sisters?
She was a sister already.
Yeah.
She was,
then why the Sister Mary, whom we are together now, didn't choose to go to the Visitation Sisters?
Okay. I think God
because
has
the way I know you, you also love. You have a love for this Sacred Heart for Jesus. So now my question: why you didn't choose for the Visitation Sisters?
Yes, I had that love of the Sacred Heart, but when I joined Benedictine, I also found there's so much devoted to the Sacred Heart. So I did not need to go to Visitation Sisters to find that devotion of the Sacred Heart. It is there in the congregation, and it is still very strong. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Now I'm looking at this this period, 1673, 1853. One may ask this question: how did the church initially respond to these apparitions?
Okay.
We are also comparing